there, my name is Lo. Welcome to my channel where I discuss everything between Hermes and grocery bags. Today I wanted to come back to the Ferragamo Studio Box bag that I ordered a couple of weeks ago and that I also unboxed, I think 2 weeks ago on my YouTube channel. The video will of course be linked down below. When I unboxed it, and I think this is also the issue that you have with unboxings sometimes, I was very excited while unboxing it. So you may have had a very positive impression initially of the Studio Box bag, but I have actually decided that I am going to return it. And I touched upon a number of the reasons in last week's video, also will be linked down below, but I'm going to repeat all of my reasons for returning this bag, so definitely just stay tuned in this video for that. Now that I still have this bag, I figured let's at least take the opportunity to do a bit of an initial review of the bag, of course, because I am going to return it. It's not altogether going to be a very positive review, but I don't think there's a lot of footage per se about this bag. If there are still people interested in getting this bag, despite me not wanting it in the long run, I hope this video may, at least to some extent, still be useful to you. So I'm going to do a sort of normal review of the bag as I usually do. Tour of the bag, exterior, interior, straps, weight, dimensions, pros and cons. I cannot really say all that much about because I haven't used the bag, but in that section of the video I will dive into, or at least summarize, all of the downsides that I found around this bag and the reason I am returning it. Which I do have to say, in part are outside of the fault of this bag, but it does have some flaws inherently tied to the bag, which are also reasons that I don't want to keep it. So let's get started, right? So this is the Ferragamo Studio Box bag. I think officially this is the size small, sometimes it's also referred to as the mini. I think it comes in a size small and then also one size up, which would be the medium. This one is in the color coral. This bag comes in several different colors, both neutrals as well as more bright colors, and I do have to say that I absolutely loved the color on this bag. It is a seasonal color, but very beautiful nonetheless, and because it was seasonal also the discount on this bag was amazing, namely over 60%, I think 62% of full retail. The exterior is a hammered calfskin. Usually this bag does come in calfskin, but they also have some very beautiful exotics if that is more your cup of tea. The hardware on this bag is silver, gold is also available, and as you can already tell, it is a top handle bag, but it also comes with a leather strap. So just to give you a little bit more a tour of the bag. So here we have the front. Everything is still wrapped in plastic and I have the return label on because I'm gonna send it back obviously, so please don't mind that, but I hope I can at least give you an impression. So it has this a very typical Ferragamo style lock. Bag opens just like this. It's pretty easy to open and close, also because this bag is pretty structured. It says Salvatore Ferragamo here on the hardware. Here we have the side of the bag, not much going on there. Also not much going on the back, no back pocket for example. And the other side is identical. We have a lot of feet on the bottom, so the base of your bag is definitely not getting damaged. Mind you, there is plastic on these feet that is blue, so the feet on this are not actually blue, they are silver, but I am not taking the plastic off. And then here you have the top of the bag. Okay, then the dimensions of the bag. The width of the bag is 22 centimeters or 8.6 inches. The height of the bag is 19 centimeters or 7.4 inches. And the depth of the bag here on the base is 11.5 centimeters or 4.5 inches. Of course, it cinches in towards the top, so it's a lot more narrow the more you go up. The weight of this bag is around 500 grams, which amounts to almost a pound or a little over a pound. I didn't actually do the calculation there. I would say that for the size of this bag, it is a very reasonable weight. Briefly touching upon the straps. So the top handle of this bag, that has a drop of 7 centimeters or about 3 inches. I can imagine it's a very comfortable top handle where you can also definitely put it on your wrist, but it doesn't really slide up all the way to my elbow. But perhaps if you are petite, that might actually work. Then it comes with a leather strap. Again, in the wrapping, I'm going to leave it wrapped for the most part because I'm not really sure if I'm going to get it back into the thingy again. So the strap comes in the same color of the bag with the contrast glazing. It has very nice hardware. Just try to zoom in on that a little bit. It has clasps that swivel, and it also says Ferragamo here on the clasp. It is also an adjustable strap. It comes with 5 settings that are 3 centimeters apart each, approximately. So 3 centimeters, that's a little more than an inch. And the total length on the shortest setting is 94 centimeters, which is about 37 inches. And on the longest setting, it will be 106 centimeters, or approximately 41.7 inches. And that's one of the reasons that I'm going to return this bag, because I was planning to wear this crossbody, but for such a small bag, for me as a somewhat bigger person to wear that crossbody, I definitely need a strap that is at least 110 or even 120 centimeters long. So I suppose that I'm missing at least like 4 inches in length on this strap. And if this would have been a black bag, for example, and it would have been easy to exchange the strap for something that looks very similar, I think it would have been a bit of a different story, but this strap just belongs to this bag. It's also not the type of strap that I'm going to punch additional holes in myself. Like, it's actually nicely done. There's even glazing on the inside of the holes. But yeah, I would, in that case, need to carry it only top handle or exchange it for a completely different strap, and I'm not really looking to do that. Another reason that I'm returning this bag is because I wanted to try on the bag, and I thought, okay, let's at least put it on the longest setting, so I have the most length. And as I was moving this part, unfortunately, I saw that I actually removed some of the glazing on the strap. Will probably not really pick up on camera, but I will insert a picture of what it looks like. So by adjusting the strap, I actually damaged the glazing on the strap in multiple places. And in terms of quality, that was not what I was expecting of Ferragamo. Again, perhaps I could have overseen it and just touched up on the glazing myself with, I don't know, a bit of black marker or something. I kind of feel bad that you get such an expensive bag and then you go to such cheap measures to, yeah, make it look good, or better at least. So definitely not the only reason I would be returning the bag, but yeah, a reason. Then let's move on to the interior of the bag. We can just open the lock like this. Very simple. The interior of this bag has a beautiful, I think this is Snappa calfskin lining, so it is ultra soft. It's one big compartment, which is, for the size of this bag, pretty spacious. And then it comes with 2 quite generous slip pockets as well. The top one here, actually on the inside, has another tag that says Salvatore Ferragamo, made in Italy, and then the serial number as well. I have the care booklet. You can see the information on here. The biggest reason related actually to this bag why I want to return it is this piece of hardware. If you close the bag, then there is a tug or a pull on this piece of hardware. However, there is nothing on the inside of the bag that keeps this piece of hardware in place except for the leather that is attached to. And because this leather is very soft, I already noticed as this bag was standing in my closet that the leather around this piece of hardware had already stretched. It's already sort of not really in place anymore. And yeah, that's just sort of a design flaw that really bums me out, because I do want to be able to close this bag. I think with my Studio Soft bag, I don't mind it as much being open because I wear it more like a tote. But this is a bag that I really wanted to crossbody, and yeah, of course the strap is already not long enough, but if I'm going to be concerned about what it does to the interior of the bag, if I wear this bag closed, I'm just scared I'm not really going to enjoy it. So then what fits in this bag? Well, because I haven't actually carried it around, let's give it a very careful test run. I don't want to damage the inside of this bag, but I think it's morally okay if I carefully try out what will fit. So this bag does come in at the sides a little bit, as you can see here. But it does take up some space. I have a water bottle, for example, over here. Well, perhaps if you have a very small water bottle, it might work, but this one is already on the bigger size in terms of the height of this item, so if I would be closing the bag with this in it, it would definitely stretch up a little bit. But yeah, if you have smaller items in terms of height that do have more depth to them, you could, I guess, put them on the base of the bag. Otherwise, I think that normal items will probably be fine. So a bulky case of sunglasses, you can definitely close it up. Let's move on to wallets and card holders. So a full-size wallet, continental wallet, that is not going to work out, as you can already tell. Compact wallet or something smaller, that will work out fine. Bigger phone will also not be an issue, I suppose. These are just a couple of items to give you an idea of what could work and what wouldn't work, but this definitely all fits in the bag. So what are the pros and the cons? Well, I initially got this bag because I thought it was going to be a good size. I really love the versatility of the bag in terms of how you can wear it, so top handle or with the strap. I also really like how the strap attaches to these D-rings on the inside, so if you want to wear it as a top handle, the D-rings don't actually show. I always think it's very clever if bags have a mechanism like that. I love how this is secure but yet very easy to open and also fairly easy to close. And I do think to some extent it's really beautifully crafted and the leather is really nice. Like, there's not a stitch out of place, there's no glazing leaking in the wrong places. That is not the issue, and I think that's perhaps also the reason why Tanner Letterstein, when he dissected this bag, and he actually dissected this specific style and color, that he was really enthusiastic. I think the only downside he mentioned was that the hardware on this is not top notch. Well, I don't really have anything bad to say about the hardware also, because obviously I haven't used it and it looks perfectly fine to me, just brand new. But yeah, then coming to the cons, I really think there's some issues with this bag of which you have to be considerate. So I'm not really sure how this bag is going to wear over time, for example, with regards to this piece of hardware. Perhaps at some point in time the leather will stop stretching, but I already just don't like the way it looks and that it's sort of so flexible just by the mere fact that it is embedded in this stretched up leather. I was really disappointed that the glazing on the strap damaged so easily. I am surprised that the strap is so short, and I was thinking, like, I could have known up ahead that the strap was so short if I would have just looked it up, but I was just looking up the sizes for this video and I couldn't actually really see them anywhere. So yes, to some extent I could have been more mindful. I think if I would have known the exact length of the strap, then I may have already reconsidered, because I wouldn't be able to wear it as a crossbody, and that was what I hoped or expected to do with this bag. And then the last part, which was definitely not the fault of this specific bag, but because there's a plastic label on this bag, when it got shipped, the label, the plastic thing over here, that left an imprint on the back of the handle of this bag. And again, this is something I could have definitely overcome if this was the only thing. Like, I think that none of these flaws, except for perhaps the design flaw on the hardware here, would have kept me from keeping this bag, because I do really love the way it looks and otherwise the quality is really great. But putting this all together, I just don't feel as excited about this bag as I was when I unboxed it, and I'm really sorry that I gave you a misrepresentation of my my feelings later on, I suppose. But that's what you get with unboxings, and that's why I also try to be mindful when doing unboxings, that I put them together in a video with a review as well, where I've had the bag for a little bit longer. So I was just really excited to unbox my Ferragamo items. I thought it would be a fun video, but I also do want to be honest with you guys, and in all honesty, this was just not what I was looking for or hoping for in numerous different ways. So for me, this is going back in that sense. I cannot really recommend it. I would say if you want to get this sort of style from Ferragamo with this type of lock, I really enjoy the Studio Soft bag a lot more. I also hear great things about the regular Studio bag. But yeah, this is a bit of a different style. It is also a bit cheaper generally, or at least in this size. I find it super cute. I can imagine that people are also interested in getting this. But unfortunately, it was just not meant to be. So as soon as I get the return label, I'm going to send it back. And I'm going to be on the lookout for another bag sooner or later. So that's it for today. If you found this video interesting, consider liking and subscribing. I would love to get to 8,000 subscribers this year. I'll see you next time around, and remember, for now, there's a style in a situation and a taste for everything, so don't judge, wear whatever the bag you like. Until next time, and as we would say in Dutch, doei!